this is one of the more powerful lessons that I have learned as I've grown and matured that helps me to regulate, to self-control, and to interact with others in relationships in a healthy manner. And so let's talk about the difference between intention and capacity. One of the things that I've noticed, and that I actually did, took me all my 30s to figure this out, okay, 20s, 30s upbringing, is often we think that when somebody does something to us, it was intentional, okay? It was intentional, meaning they thought about it, they devised a plan to come against us, and they executed said plan. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it makes sense from a survival standpoint as a child because you don't know how to manage the world. And so when something bad happens to you, you do assign negative intention to the person. And so as we get older, we keep that negative intention, we process the world that way, and when something bad happens to us and it happens at the hands of somebody else, we assume that they knew that they were going to do it, they had potentially a plan, and they did it. Even when we ask them to stop doing it and they aren't able to stop doing it, or they don't stop doing it, we think, well, I told them to stop doing it and they don't stop doing it, therefore they are being intentional. The thing that I want you guys to consider is that people aren't doing things intentionally, okay? People have a certain capacity in which they can operate on their particular journey, and whether or they want to or not, sometimes that's their absolute best, okay? There's this thing on TikTok where people say, if he wanted to, he will. And I hate that, okay? I get the sentiment. The sentiment is said when a man treats you really well, and it's a way of telling other women, if he wanted to treat you well, he would, right? I get it. In part, it's true, but in nuance, it's lacking the concept of there are plenty of people out there who want to and can't, who want to and choose not to and don't, or who want to and don't have the capacity to and can't. Also, it's lacking the idea that there are many times in my life where I want to and I don't. And so learning how to stop assuming everything is intentional against you, which real talk is kind of immature and narcissistic, but we're not going to go there, okay? Everyone is intentionally coming against you, and if he wanted to, he will. And replacing that with this person has hit their capacity threshold. This is the best they can do. And then deciding to move on if that capacity does not serve you is a more mature way to show up in the world. Be well, be encouraged, you guys. Here's a pineapple. If he wanted to, he would, if he had the capacity to. And if he doesn't have the capacity, you might need to factor that into your decision making. Okay? Okay, bye.